Hello and welcome in everybody to season 2 of Merch Mondays. This is going to be the episode 1, the very first time. We got a lot of new stuff coming at you guys that I am extremely excited to show you, but I'm also extremely excited to bring on my co-host and caster for the evening. He goes by the name of Dread. What's going on, Dread?
Yo, what's up? Super excited to be here, especially by one of the most amazing people I know, Merch himself. Oh, this is going to be so awesome. Season 2 already is crazy. This is going to be sick. I'm excited.
There's been so many community customs already ran, and we're not slowing down. We're not stopping. We are keeping this ball rolling, and this lobby is filling up extremely quickly as well. There's actually one spot left in this lobby if you guys are looking to hop in. But happy Monday, everybody. What's going on, Chad? How are we feeling today? How did you guys spend your Mondays? Dread, how did you spend your Monday?
Sleeping mostly. Unfortunately, nice. I had to work all of Father's Day, unfortunately, and then I got off and we're working 2 jobs. The wife's working 2 jobs. We're working at the pool as well, so I got to set up the pool and start getting swimming lessons. I also teach lifeguards on the side, do a little bit of CPR lessons, first aid lessons, do a little bit of everything, leveling up my defibs IRL. We got the level 14 defib IRL. It's not even in the game yet. I just got the exclusive level in real life.
So maximum
taking a hold of that. Yep.
Absolutely. I think we got a few guys in these lobbies too that are looking to max out all of their stats, as well as people in the chat. But with that being said, we are getting ready to kick off game number 1. We're taking our ranked cash out over to Nozomi Citadel, and we got some team names coming at you guys very quickly, so make sure you are paying attention and rooting for your favorite, the Big Stash, the High Rollers, the Munchies, and the Flower Houses.
Yeah, I already like the Munchies are my favorite already. I don't know about you, but I'm just going to go ahead and latch onto that one right off the bat.
The Munchies is pretty good. I like that one a lot too. I think the Flower Houses is kind of slept on though.
Yeah, I feel that. Yo, whoever did these graphics are sick too. I like the graphics as well.
Yeah, shout out Justin.
Somebody's out there with some pretty big brains. I don't know how all that fancy hair keeps those gigantic brains contained in there, but those guys are pretty awesome.
They are absolutely goated. Shout out Justin, co-owner of Ape Squad, also doing all of the production that you see on all of these Ape Squad streams, including right here, right now, as well as observing. So Justin, a renaissance man of the sorts. But let's see who's going to be the renaissance men and women of our games tonight, Dread. Getting ready right now.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Nozomi Citadel, one of my favorite maps of the entire game as well, too. We got a lot of names I recognize in here, too. We got the big Rippy on the Flower Houses. Holy moly.
Oh man, the Flower House is looking good out there. Rippy, Espy, and Lion. That is going to be a scary team, but right now we are on board with the High Rollers. Orangey has that 93R in hand, but immediately getting dropped down by Rippy. It's going to leave High Rollers in a less than ideal situation, but if you're Rippy and the Flower Houses, you're feeling pretty good in this situation right now. Sensoyo, though, last one alive for the High Rollers. SA-12 in hand, just trying to kite away. Unfortunately, he's going to have to 1v3 here, and it's not really looking too possible. But if anyone can do it, it's going to be Sensoyo. Nice winch to get 1, but that's all he's going to get there, Dread.
Yeah, SB peeked the wrong door there, running into the big Sensoyo with that winch. But on the other side of the map, looks like we got a little plug going in there. Actually, that was from the same team there, the Flower Houses. The other side of the map is the Munchies and the Big Stash, which still has a fight going on, turning into a 1v1 with 2 lights there. Dame versus Maverick. It looks like Maverick's going to end up going down. Dame on the Munchies, just barely winning that, and Lion showing off a little aim training against the billboard there.
Yeah, he says, I know how to control my recoil. Watch me do it. And that's exactly what we just did. But now Dame has a cash box in his hand. Dame Dollar trying to deposit the dollars. Gets that bounce shot in there as well. Nice stuff. Him and Girthquake are going to need to team up for the Munchies. Ender doesn't look like he wants to use a coin here. And at this point, I think he should. Yeah, so no, actually he gets revived by Girthquake. But at what cost? Because the High Rollers are already on the scene here, and just getting deleted is Dame. An absolutely beautiful push coming in from the High Rollers here. Chernobyl Boy already on that objective. Gonna be going for the steal. The Munchies gonna be forced to scramble here, and I don't really think they have a way of accessing this point right now.
Yeah, the High Rollers came rolling in there quick, and they're going to take out that Light, who is got a coin available. I don't know why he's holding on to it. Oh, because Girthquake got that body and did get that hand res there. Now we're going to turn it back into a 3v3, but it looks like a little bit of lag coming out of Girthquake there, unfortunately. But we got some damage coming out of Ender with that big old Shack 50 there. Shot an Orange Barrel, get some damage in through there. Chernobyl taking so much damage. Big headshots from Ender there. Turning it into a 3v2. We got a light and a heavy. Sensoyo, though, dropping out that dome shield. Getting lots of value, blocking the winch, and so many shots. Gonna take out Ender and Orangey with the Pyro Nade, taking out Dame Sensoyo with the double to get that wipe. They're gonna hold on to that box, Merch.
He is just so tall and talented. I'm extremely jealous every day of the week, but luckily, I get to call that man my friend. I'd hate to have him be one of my enemies, but now right here, the big stash are trying to make some enemies of their own, as that no-scope's going to come in from Agent Penguin, going for the back-to-back. Unfortunately, 90 Lion will be taking him out there. This is going to leave Maverick and Danny stuck playing a little bit of a two-man game. Lion is on the scene. He's hunting somebody down, and he has two enemies that should be lining up for him soon. Beautiful shots there. Able to take out Danny. Now Maverick, the lone light that could, but unfortunately Lion is going to be going for a little bit of a play there and takes himself out. So instead, Rippy's going to be the one to clean up Mavericks. But across the map, as time dwindles down on this objective, it looks like the High Rollers are going to be able to successfully hold on to this money.
Yeah, so we got the High Rollers, and I believe that's the Flower Houses on the other side holding onto that other box as well. Yeah, also, I think it's worth pointing out that Lion being the only medium in the entire lobby, Merch.
Yeah, that is honestly a little bit upsetting. Agent Penguin with a nice shot there, able to sit down Dame as well. But the High Rollers are going to be coming off spawn. I agree with you there, Dread. Well, you didn't really say anything other than there's only one. I do agree there's only one. But I agree with myself that is a sad sight to see. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, we definitely need some more medium love in here. And if anybody's been paying attention to the comp scene, we've seen a Telco take it all the way on the EMEA side of Cycle 1, being the only medium in that entire top 8. So mediums could definitely do it. Definitely don't count them out of this meta. There's a lot of double light heavies, which definitely can work, but Telco has proven to everybody that you can make the medium work as well. And he rocked the F-car that entire time, just like Lion is doing here. But Sensoyo taking another one down, getting Danny out of the fight. It's the big stash versus the High Rollers here. Chernobyl Boy is going to go down to Maverick, turning this into a 2v2, but Agent Penguin is going to go down to Orangey with that 93R, landing some good bird shots. It's only Maverick left alive. He is going to get the hand res onto Danny there, I believe. Actually, I lied. Danny did coin back in, but Sensoyo is sticking this box here. I think he's going to get it all the way through, which he does. Danny runs right into Orangey, trying to get some grenade shots in with that big MGL. Unfortunately, gets winched out of the charge and slam by Sensoyo, and it's going to end up going down. But Orangey really hurt here. He's going to go ahead and top off Sensoyo. Chernobyl Boy is going to come back in as well. Then the explosive mines. This is a never-ending fight, Merch.
Oh my goodness, I did not. Does Sensoyo run explosive mines? This is not his kit. There is no way. But okay, well, apparently this is his kit, and he's making it work right now. Elements of Auntie's Goo Boys, you know, give and take from the strategies that you like to see. And Sensoyo, he's got such a big brain, I would never actually question it. It was just more so. I was a little bit shocked, but across the map, we may be having a little bit of action here as the Flower Houses are about to engage, going up against, I believe that is the Munchies that are going to be pursuing them, trying to walk them down just a little bit, and the kills are going to be falling in as Espionage gets taken out, but good shots come in from Rippy. A nice goo, though, is going to keep the player for the Munchies alive, at least for the time being, and Lion, too, is going to get taken out, so now Rippy gonna have to channel his inner demon and go crazy here. He's gonna try with that glitch barrel, but unfortunately, he's not gonna get it, and I think they do get this steal. They do. The Munchies,
last second.
they got on in time. That is nice play and nice work that we're seeing out of the Munchies.
Yeah, absolutely insane. You know, Rippy didn't end up losing that fight, but I got to give him a shout out. Guy actually plays insane for having such little game time and screen time. Like, we don't get to see him play that much, but he's got moves and he's got crazy beams for having such little game time. I mean, that guy works so much. He's got a very busy job, but dude's very talented in the game as well.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's impressive how good he is considering how little he really gets to devote his time to this game. But we got a lot of people like that, and I think you're one of those people as well, Dread, to be completely honest with you, where you're quite the beamer, and you know you are a variety gamer through and through. Recently, you've been playing a lot of Deadlock. It's been cool to watch you play that. But we do have a push coming in. Lion, nice shots again. You cannot stand still in a lobby against Lion. And I think Sensoyo should know better than anybody that that's going to be the case. As we do see Rippy trying to progress this box. Chernobyl Boy is just going to get dropped for completely free. Nice shots again coming in from Lion again. Sensoyo very low in HP. Sensoyo trying to stay alive. Still just a couple bars of health, but he is alive for the time being. Rippy and company, though, getting aggressive on this push. I believe Orangey was going to be trying something crazy there, but he's going to fall to SB now. So now, Soyo, last one alive. I don't like this current position that we're seeing from Lion right now, though. I would like to see him reposition. He's in a very big ego challenge spot right now, and since Soyo's not the guy that you want to ego challenge, so wisely, Lion is going to be relocating. I like that spot quite a bit, but he goes back.
I think what he's doing there, and I could be wrong, but I think what he's doing is he's camping Chernobyl Boy's body because he has no coins. And I think they know that. So I think that's really the only reason he's out there in the open, but I could be wrong. Sensoyo, though, doing a good job staying alive. On the other side of the map, though, wow, look at on the purple team. I didn't quite see who that was, but I think that was Dame on the purple team with 10 kills. Look at that, double digits there. But they need to get in here and they need to take control of this box because it is in control of the big stash right now. Going to be peeked by Dame, but he does take a sniper shot straight to the chest there. He's going to have to back out a little bit and get some regen here before he goes back in. Doesn't want to peek Dame there. I don't know if he knows it right on the other side of that wall, but he is going to find Maverick, get some shots in, but Maverick's going to have some better shots back in, and there's Dame on the other side walking right into a pyro mine, and he's going to end up going down. And now it's only Ender and Girthquake, and if they want to hold second place here, they're going to need to get on this box. We're running into the 30-second mark, and big sniper shot from Age of Penguin, Merch.
Penguin is just nasty with that sniper. He is constantly putting it to work, but right now, Ender on the Munchies, kind of the last line of efforts for him. He's going to get one there with the winch. Nice shots coming in. He may get a two-piece here, but he does get taken out, and then I think Danny just charges slammed off the map. He did, coming down to the wire. Espionage trying to get back over to the scene. Who's going to take away game one is right now, as it stands, who is that?
I think that's the Flower Houses on there.
Okay. The Flower Houses.
Who is that?
Who
are these guys?
The Flower Houses taking game one of season
the big
one.
Rippy, Espinas, and 9T Lion. Yo, we were talking so much about Rippy, but man, his teammates were going crazy too.
Yeah, he had an absolutely demonic team over there, honestly. SB is a Merch Mondays and Friday Night Customs absolute demon, dude. Like, just through and through. But looking at the scoreboard here, Dame was our top performer of the first game.
Yeah, 10-4 is pretty nuts there. But as we know with the finals, the scoreboard doesn't really tell the entire story because it looks like so many kills on the side of that purple team and not as much kills on the rest of the teams in the lobby. But it feels like there was so much fights going on pretty much that entire time. Like, I don't think we really had much downtime in that whole match.
No, it's constant, especially with cash out and especially in custom games. It's just always going to be rapid fire nonstop. And because of that, I think I'm just going to put us over on Sis Horizon to go into our next game here. I feel like just to give everybody a playing field that they are more than well versed on. So I'm going to send us over to Sis Horizon. If you guys in the chat are curious about how you can play in these games, by the way, all you got to do is enter in the lobby code. It is the pinned message. It is somewhere on the screen, usually at all times as well. But we make new lobbies every 2 games. And so there's plenty of chances to get into these every single Monday night. But if you guys are just pulling up right now, my name is Merch, and I am joined by the awesome Dreadalicious.
Yeah, and it's super great to be here. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. Merch is kind of a family name in my house, I'm not going to lie. We got him up on the big screen for some of the Season 1 Merch Mondays, and even back when he does his Friday customs as well. My kids know Merch by name. Every time I put him on the big screen, they're like, what? That's Merch up there!
That's actually awesome. That is fantastic. Thank you. I just appreciate you, Dread. Thank you for pulling up, not only as a friend, but as a co-host. Just absolutely goated. And so is Sis Horizon. And we switched up the team names, but after 1, the Flower Houses were looking pretty good out there. Do we think we're going to see that team name carry on that momentum?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, it's going to be pretty hilarious to see how the rest of this season of Merch Monday ends up going out. If there's going to be some sort of storyline with the team names specifically, because that's going to be pretty fun to watch. But we'll see how these teams end up making it out through here. We've definitely got some big shooters in these lobbies with a little bit of switch up here. We got Sensoriyo and Rippy on the same team. Oh my God, I'd be shaking in my boots right now if I was going up against that.
Yeah, they're representing the high rollers, and I think they just rolled a couple of 6s, landing Sensoriyo and Rippy. Plus, you got Agent Penguin out there, so a full Ape stack is on our hands right now. But we have Dame trying to build off last game's momentum, maybe trying to shut them down as well. But he's going to be taking a lot of shots early on here. A lot of damage coming in, though. Actually, Maverick's going to fall, and then Chernobyl Boy's going to fall as well. All while Dame was trying to back up. He knows Lion's weak. He's going to hit some great shots on him with that 93R, able to take out Lion, but still, this is going to be Orangey and Girthquake of the Flower Houses just trying to hunt down Dame, and Vault 1 is just now probably about to get tapped, so perhaps a little bit of a stagger on our hands in the foreseeable future because Vault 2 is on the move.
Yeah, it is on the move there, and Orangey is going to get that hand res up onto Lion there, so it's only Dame. Looks like Maverick has got hand res as well, and I think Chernobyl actually coined in, which I hope not. That's kind of an interesting choice for the first vault fight of the game, but you got to get that momentum somehow, I guess. And as I'm saying that, Maverick gets another kill onto Lion to try to boost that momentum in their favor. And look at him just gargling there with that invis. Orangey wasn't able to find him. He said, peekaboo, you're gone, with some burst shots to the face with that 93-11. And now they're going to pick up that pacing. And how the heck did Agent Penguin just do that with the box? He just gets a 360 through that window there.
That was the forbidden inspect animation. It's like 1 out of every 50. I think you get that one. It's super rare and uncommon, but it looks ridiculous when you do it. Anyway, Flower Houses coming in off spawn. Agent Penguin trying to do his aura farming. He already emoted 3 times. If he emotes again before he sees an enemy, I demand that we switch cameras. But he's going to be going for some nice shots on Danny, able to take him out with that no-scope there. That's going to be the opening pick of this engagement, as the Munchies now just starting to drop like flies. Danny and Espionage both have gone down. Ender going to be the last one alive. Looks like he's going for a revive too. A little bit of an ambitious revive as Rippy just going to pull up and shoot him in the face with an RPG.
Yeah, that kind of a disrespectful RPG, honestly. There's a little bit of overkill there, but hey, got the wipe, and they're still holding on to that box. And now we got Chernobyl Boy trying to fight for his life there. He's going to throw out that smoke barrel, trying to put up a little bit of cover for him, but Lion says, I see you, I know where you are anyways. He's going to get beamed with that F-guard. Now he's going to hop on that box and just go for the steal there. He got the rest of his team, Orangey and Girthquake, covering him. Girthquake with a big cover on that winch there to take out Maverick and hold on to that box with a good steal. Right when we're hitting up the halfway point here, now Chernobyl Boy is going to try to get some shots off with those double deagles. He's going to drop his dome shield down, and Dame, with the help, team shots onto Girthquake there, taking him out, turning this into a 2v2. It's only Orangey and Lion there, though. Dame taking a really good angle, but getting beamed by Lion. Chernobyl Boy's trying to get in there and get a little bit of active, but he gets winched and absolutely beamed. Orangey's going to get healed up by that heal beam from Lion, rocking that medium with a little bit of an RPG going out, just kind of grazing the ankles of Dame there, but he is forced to back out. But here comes Maverick to turn it around. Did coin back in, but immediately gets traded by Lion. And now Dame's the only one left alive. Chernobyl Boy, I believe, has used his last coin of the match already. I think we're like 3 minutes into this one, Merch.
That is not what you want to be seeing over on that side ever. But some good heals are going to be coming in from Girthquake at the very least in this engagement right now. Big Stash are just a little bit outnumbered in the moment, and Dame realizes the situation at hand. He knows he has to go for a steal here or this point is gone anyway. Fortunately, he's going to be taken off of that point, so a successful hold coming in from the Flower Houses as well as the High Rollers across the map, able to get that money, but Girthquake trying to get a couple of kills added to his name here. Unfortunately, he's just going to find the assist there as Lion going to be the one picking up that kill, and I'm hearing some sniper shots swinging in from across the map as it looks like Agent Penguin got the team wipe over on the Big Stash.
Yeah, they did get the team wipe over there. They're going to be able to move this, but I want to talk just a little bit about Dame. The Big Stash did lose that fight, but Dame, this is honestly my first time seeing that name, and they've been shooting. I mean, they got really good movement and it kind of beams out on that. So we'll see what they can end up maybe turning it around here. There's still plenty of time in this game, as Box C just now got plugged over. And here we go. Big Stash going to be spawning on them and coming right around. Maverick and Dame trying to get some shots on to Rippy there. Rippy's just going to drop that dome shield. Immediately going to get glitched out. Chernobyl Boy just trying to get his controller died. Oh, what? He's back. Oh, he's looking around. Just trying to get some info here while his lights are trying to get in there and do some damage. And I don't know what we're doing. I think we're waiting for our lights to make a move here. Oh, he's going to get jumped off by a Cerberus, though. And he's going to get absolutely beamed by Sensoyo with the shot melee from the Cerberus.
Oh, Chernobyl.
We might have to put some more batteries back in the controller there, Merch.
He's got a loose wire or something, that's for sure. But High Rollers are also for sure in possession of this money, as well as the Flower Houses. So two teams looking to be dominant out there. But that was a good point you brought up about Dame. He's been impressive thus far, and also an unfamiliar name of my own, as Penguin's going to be hunting down these no-scopes. Unfortunately, he's not able to connect with this one. But I also wanted to go back to that point you were making, I believe it was last game, about Atelco being the only medium in the top 8. That is actually insane. That is also disheartening, as Mavericks disheartening the enemy, just sending them to the Shadow Realm. But surely there's got to be some changes on the horizon. They already tried to do something with that H+ infuser. Unfortunately, it doesn't really seem to have changed all that much in the pick rates of medium. What would you do, Dread, to try and get some more picking on the medium side?
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a tough one, as this steal is going to go through. That dome shield is actually going to block that sniper shot. So the Big Stash is actually just going to take this over at the last second, straight out of the High Roller's hands there. But, you know, it's definitely a tough one. I don't know if we're going to have to change the health pool of the mediums as much as I think we should change their guns to be a little bit more aggressive, I believe. Like maybe give some ammo back to the FCAR, some fire rate maybe back to something like the AK or something like that. I'm not sure, but wipes coming in from the High Rollers and the Flower Houses there. We have a little bit of a switch up on the leaderboard for this match, as now the Big Stash has taken over first place.
Yeah, the Big Stash and the Munchies are going to be the ones with top 2 amounts of money thus far after our first 4 boxes. So both 5 and 6 should be spawning. SB trying to open up an easy route with that red barrel. He's actually got another red barrel that he could be grabbing, but he's also got the red team spawning right in front of him. I believe that's the Flower Houses coming in off of their spawn and immediately raining down shots on Espionage. He's going to drop that Vanish Bomb and be forced to relocate. But speaking of Vanish Bombs, I know how much you love invisibility, Dread. So is it Vanish Bombs as well? Do you share the same feeling about Vanish Bomb as you do about
man, I love Invis so much. I'd take it out to the backyard and shoot it in the head and just put it out of its misery. But Vanish Bombs, you know, I think it's a little bit more balanced. I just don't think anybody should have Invis at the click of a button whenever they want it. Even though technically there is a cooldown, it's just way too much freedom. With Invis, I think Vanish Bomb is a lot more balanced. Whenever somebody talks about this, I always bring it back to the old Halo days where Invis was literally a power pickup you had to fight for on the map. Like, nobody started with it. Nobody got it for the whole game. You actually had to fight for it and earn it to get it, which I think just being able to spawn with it is pretty strong for a fast-paced shooter game such as this. But we now have both of these boxes plugged in. But I'd like to hear your thoughts about the Invis 2 as, wow, SB with some crazy M11 shots onto Girthquake. He's going to get the double kill onto Orangey 11. Is SB going to get all three? Lion did get the defib back up onto Girthquake. SB really wants it. He's seeing red here. He's going to get some help from Danny. He's going to go down to Lion there. But is Danny going to be able to clean him up? Unfortunately, doesn't have the charge and slam available, but is going to reload that RPG, but gets a little bit too close to the door there. That just got close in his face, and he's going to hit himself with that. He's just going to opt to hop on the steal there while Lion is going to chase down that kill.
Yeah, questionable decision to fire that RPG there, but in the long run, it doesn't work out for Danny, as now Ender is going to be the last one alive on the Munchies, not in possession of this box. They're going up against the Flower Houses, who are trying to make it back-to-back, but they're in more than a little bit of a kill race going up against the High Rollers, who should be the ones coming out on top here if they're able to hold on to this money, unless Ender and the Munchies somehow could do some crazy work here at the end. Kills, though, flowing in for the Flower Houses. It's just not going to be enough, as the High Rollers are going to be the team that takes game 2.
Yeah, which they actually came back at that last second, too. I think they were in 3rd place before they ended up taking that box at the end there and taking into 1st place with the High Rollers. The big Ape Squad team representing the High Rollers over there. But another great match, especially on Sis Horizon.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And we're going to be making a new lobby to give people a fresh chance. Obviously, if you've played already, you can join right back up. This is first come, first serve basis, but we open up these lobbies every couple of games just to give people a chance at getting in. If you've already played, I just want to say thank you sincerely for pulling up, for supporting myself, Dread, Ape Squad, and the finals as a whole. But I'm going to be making this lobby. I'm going to be getting the beautiful, handsome, tall, gorgeous Justin in here. And then we're going to let you guys into this lobby as well. How you feeling so far, Dread?
I'm feeling great. I just kind of want to hear your thoughts about Invis as well, too.
Yes.
You know, I feel for the devs. I feel for Embark, because I think it's definitely something that's very hard to balance. They might have shot themselves in the foot just putting Invis in the first place in here. But now that it's in here, we got to figure out how to balance it. And I think having the Invis bomb was a good start. I think the specialization itself is something that's way harder to work around.
Yeah. So
to be honest with you, I just want to say same thing with Grapple too. I think Grapple is something that if you buff it a little too much, it's going to become way crazier too, because then you're going to have somebody in the skybox of the map 24/7, and that's also way too crazy. So lights are in a tough spot.
Yeah, it's very difficult to tweak a weapon even just a little bit sometimes, and I think that's what the whole point of the respec order is. And by the way, guys, we got room for one more person to join up yet again. The new code is pinned in the chat. It should be somewhere on the screen as well. But if you want my true, honest take about Invis, I don't think people aren't gonna like this. I don't think it's as good as people claim that it is. I think in certain moments and certain situations, it can be absolutely abused. And a lot of the really high level guys, well, if you're using it right, it's a problem. If you're using it where you're just gargoyling with an LH1 and waiting for a full team to run by you and they can't see you, then Invis is a problem. But the being able to activate Invis and run around, I don't find it that difficult to see somebody running around like that. The movement aspect of being invisible isn't really that crazy. It's more the cheese turtling. It's more of the cheese turtling aspect of it that I think really frustrates a lot of people. But I also just remember the competitive community as we are loading into this game, by the way, chat. I'm not just yapping, we're loading in. But I do remember
Even if he was just yapping, I'd sit here all day listening to merch talk. I mean, or just look at him. I mean, look at this guy.
The competitive community has always been flip-flopping about Invis in the first place. I mean, you had region wars in the very beginning where EU was running Invis and NA was like, Invis is the worst thing ever created. And then it somewhat starts shifting one way, and then it gets buffed, and then everyone says Invis is crazy good because it got buffed. Then they nerf it. And everyone's like, no, it's terrible. It got nerfed. And now we're kind of back in this realm where people are having issues with it. But I think just at the highest level, when you're playing your spec, when you're, for lack of a better word, abusing your spec, it's going to be strong. You could say the same thing about Winch Claw. You could say the same thing about a Mesh Shield if someone is just abusing it and using it in its most powerful state. So I don't know if I necessarily agree that it's too good, but it is very annoying to deal with.
One thing I do want to say that I think is kind of specific to Invis that's different from any other specialization in the game that makes it hard to balance is it's not standardized between all setups. And what I mean by that is whether you're running on console or you're running on PC, depending on what your PC setup looks like, changes how Invis looks like in the game, which could make it stronger or weaker depending on what your setup is. And that's something that I think makes it way harder to balance. And no other specialization in the game has that problem. Yeah, but we have a big winch coming through with the first kill of the game going in favor of the, I believe that was the Munchies there as Chernobyl Boy ends up going down. Murph running into Orangey there. Maverick dying to Orangey with that shack. Now it's only Murph left alive. He's got that mesh shield though, and he's pretty healthy compared to his two oppositions here. He's going to go in that shockwave though is not going to end up going off, and Orangey is going to get the shots from the flank to take out Danny. I'm not sure what happened there to Murph.
The shots looked good, honestly. I don't know how he didn't get that kill. I'll keep it a buck with you. But Agent Penguin is going to be looking for some kills of his own up top, and while we wait for these kills to bring back in, I wouldn't mind if they nerfed the standing still part of Invis. Either make it not last as long or make it a little bit more visible. But a nice stuff coming in from Defnox here with that sniper rifle as well. So maybe taking on the challenge of being on the team with Agent Penguin. Unfortunately, he's going to be taken out by Metro, the resident pro gamer, the resident no hours gamer, just pulling up, becoming the best at a game, taking it by storm and dominating. But here comes SB. So it's a triple sniper team on the side of the High Rollers, and they are currently in possession of this box right now and defending it pretty well, as Metro needs to be careful, kind of dancing with the devil here, gambling with his life, and he may get taken out surely. Just two of them need to connect with the shot and he'll fall, and that's exactly what happens. But now Lion gonna be the next one to go down, and this is pretty impressive work that we're seeing from the High Rollers right now, Dread.
Yeah, especially in the parking garage area of this, which isn't really the greatest for snipers. I guess if you're gonna make most of the fights on the top floor of it, I guess you could make it work, but it's a little bit harder on the inside of that parking garage where there's lots of pillars and corners and boxes to hide behind. There's a lot of cover in there. But the big stash is just kind of resetting here and trying to make their way back in. Earthquake, though, peeking Espinas a little bit. SB finds him, though, goes back in, misses the melee on that shot. He only needs to hit one more shot. He goes for the ego. No scope, misses that one again, and he is going to get the melee through to finish that off. Now Metro is the last one left alive again. He is trying to sit there behind that box, but it only takes one more elbow to the nose to get that white merch.
An immediate action across the map, but we just are catching the tail end of it as the Flower House is going to need to be sending some flowers to all their enemies if they're trying to rekindle any of these relationships, because the Flower Houses have just been dominant all day, it seems. And speaking of new additions to the Season 2 of Merch Monday's next game, I have a little something up my sleeve, so make sure you guys are paying attention. But right here, right now, We still have a couple to maybe 4 more boxes still to be played out over here on Vegas. As right now, Dame just taking control of top metal. This is one of the best spots to be in if you're a light, in my opinion. You really, on Vegas, don't have to leave this position much at all if you're playing here. And some good shots are going to be coming in over on the side of B Murph. Now Dame going to be getting aggressive there. He has already picked up that assist, and now he's hunting down Chernobyl. Boy, gets him very low in HP. Chernobyl with the grapple hook in his hands. He's going to goo himself off, and Dame is just going to watch it all happen. Also, going to get some heals in on his teammate Orangey, getting him back happy and healthy. But across the map, Lion of the Big Stash is going to be going for a plug over on Cash Out D. And I believe there's still a vault fight taken. No, is this going to get doubled? Am I tripping? SB has Cashbox 3 in his hands. I'm not quite sure where he's at with it, though. But the money does go in, and unfortunately, Lion goes down, Dread.
Yeah, Dame tried to stop that from getting plugged, but they did get that in there. And unfortunately, all died right after that. So that's going to get swapped right over to the flower houses there. And on the other side of the map, the High Rollers, that triple sniper team, is holding control over that other box, which I believe they also got the plug on. So these guys are kind of flying through the cash right now, getting plugs and kills and finishing these cash boxes. We got another sniper battle going through. Nox is going to go ahead and get one of his own on a Chernobyl. Age of Penguin is going to res up SB there. And we do have Def Nox in the invis, just kind of gargoyling on top of that elevator, trying to figure out where people went, which they did drop inside there. He's going to set up that escape gateway as we get some big shots coming in from Murph. Those are going to connect to take out SB. He's going to turn around, try to take out Penguin as well with a big RPG, landing full damage there onto Penguin, picking up a double kill for B Murph.
B Murph, I don't even know what time it is for B Murph right now. Probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, playing on high ping. B Murph DGAF. If you know what that means, you know what that means. He is always on point. He's always got the energy to go. He's like the Energizer Bunny and like a newborn puppy all in one person, but he's also like 6'6". It's incredible, and he's jacked. It's actually insane. B Murph is just good at everything. Unfortunately, though, the Munchies are not looking too good out there. But you know who is looking good? Lion on that steal. Should be able to get this one too. Flipping that box over to the possession of the Big Stash. Unfortunately, though, the Big Stash health pools are starting to dwindle down as Lion has fallen. Metro trying to put that Ruby F card to use. A beautiful use of that Ruby coin, Dread.
Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and demap through that wall there, try to reposition a little bit. They need to hold on to this, but the dome shield, and there's so much goo around this point, there's so much cover. But he's taking some big shots from Danny, which I believe Danny is rocking that pike there, I think is what that was. Or maybe it was a repeater. It is the pike indeed, and I think that was some pretty big headshots on Metro there, which is why he wasn't able to peek that much. But they were able to hold on to that money, though. So the Flower Houses, though, actually able to get that wipe, which is big for the Flower Houses there. That does push them into second place, which they were only 1 kill down. Now pushing them into second place, and they are actually able to take over first here if they're able to win this vault fight and hopefully get a plug, but they definitely need to win the cash box. But there is a chance, Merch, that they skyrocket into first place before the end of this match.
You ain't lying, that's for sure, but 9T Lion is Lion, and his work is going to be cut out for him for the Big Stash, and they're just going to be playing catch-up here right now still.
What do T's stand for? Do you know? Did we ever find out? And why are there 9 of them?
9 T's. Let's... The first T that came to my mind is a word I probably shouldn't say right now, but Defnox going a little crazy on him. Uh-oh. Giving him the Bismarck key, taking... Lion and Defnox are friends, so that's some just brotherly love there, for lack of a better word. But Metro is going to be trying to get this money plugged in, and I personally love the showmanship of the trophy smacks. Some people get offended by body shots, but if I slide by you and I tap your trophy, just know it's because I love you.
Yeah, and everybody's friends in this lobby here. Everybody knows each other, and I think Lion was telling him, "Hey, buddy, you missed 2 sniper shots. You get what you got coming for you there. You kind of deserve that one." But we're going to go ahead and see Metro do a little bit of ice fishing, which is a term from the earlier seasons of the finals there. Look at him dancing around that little air duct there with B-Murph, but B-Murph is going to land more shots with the Lewis gun there. Getting pretty low, though. And they're going to go ahead and hop on that point with Maverick getting a double kill up on top, actually taking out Dame from the Flower Houses as well. And now everybody is here to fight. It looks like there's not really much other people on the other side of the box there. But Murph is going to take out Metro, who had just gotten spawned back up. Chernobyl's going to go down to Girthquake. Lion is going to fib Metro right back up. And now it's only Murph alive, though. It does a nice pre-fired RPG to take out Metro. But Lion is there with the help. And he's the last one alive. But Maverick coined in. Maverick coined in at the last second, which was perfect timing.
That was fantastic timing, but let's see if he could still catch that timing. I don't know how far of the spawn that he got is, so I think this box is going to change hands. It does change hands. It goes the way of the big stash, but they're still going to be in a little bit of a kill race, and it may not even matter if this steal goes through. It's Agent Penguin going to get bonked in the head with that glitch barrel. Danny still using the pike. I have to say, maybe the least picked weapon on medium right now is the pike, but Danny doesn't really seem to care. I believe they're also running MGLs and stuff, so don't talk to Danny about what's meta and what's not, but I will tell you, the Flower Houses are coming out on top in multiple games on this evening. And chat, I hope you're ready for this next game, because I've got a little trick up my sleeve.
Yeah, just by 2 kills, by the way. Flower House is taking it away by 2 kills, $1,000, and it was like 1,008, I think, dollars. So technically 3 kills. But, you know, I think we're starting to build up that storyline a little bit, Merch. The Flower Houses might have some sort of extra sauce behind that name.
Yeah, and looking at the scoreboard here, though, multiple players absolutely popping off. Metro 11-9, Orangey though 11-4. So Orangey locking in for that one, and then Defnox with 10, 9 going to Beamer, who he might still be in bed. By the way, I was gonna say he rolled out of bed, but Beamer may very well be in bed. And as we sort these teams, I'm going to call over to the goated producer Justin, because in season 2 of Merch Mondays, last season we had random loadouts, right? This season, chat, we have a team comp generator. So all 3 of you are going to be told what to run. It's going to be on the screen. You can figure it out amongst yourselves who's going to run what, but it's going to give you a class and weapon for all 3 players.
Oh, this is going to be a crazy one. Wow. The medium with the Revo, the light with the DB, and the heavy with the BFR Titan. Dude, I mean, I'm not a DB player very much, but I would be so scared to try. How are you going to close the distance against a Revo and a Titan as a light with a DB, Merch?
Don't ask me. I'm not doing it. I'm not the one that has to do it. You could ask Justin, though. Justin knows how to play that DB for sure, but players, make sure you are paying attention. You guys are going to have to figure out one player. Okay, we're going to swap this player. Excellent, excellent. We're going to swap that guy. You guys are going to have to figure it out yourselves who is running what. We're going to give you a couple extra minutes just to figure that out. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, and while you guys are doing that, I just want to paint you guys a little bit of a picture in your brains. Just kind of imagine this setting here. We're going to talk a little bit about B Murph, because this guy is so insane. This guy is playing in the middle of nowhere, Italy, out in the farm in a pasture of just grass and wheat. And he's sitting in a barn playing on a wooden box with a little tiny 16-inch monitor, with a setup underneath that monitor and a little single double tong of a satellite right above his little 16-inch monitor, running on 400 ping, sweating bullets because he's in the middle of nowhere, desert, wheat, grass, Italy, and still somehow beaming with the Lewis gun. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a little backstory of B Murph there.
You ain't lying. And you know what? I liked your description so much. I'm gonna let you pick the next map, Dread. What are you feeling?
Ooh, let's see. With keeping that loadout in mind, let's see. We got the medium Revo, we got the DB, and we got the BFR Titan. We've done Nozomi Citadel, we've done Vegas, and we've done Cis Horizon. You know what? I think I'm going to give the DBs a little love here, but you're still going to be able to work it with the Revo and Titan. Let's go to Fortune Stadium with this one.
All right. I am with it. Fortune Stadium, standard issue. I'm ready to start this game up. I'm a little cautious. I don't know. This is a little more complicated than everybody running the exact same thing. It requires some coordination. So hopefully our contestants here have it all figured out. Penguin wants to be subbed. Perfect. There we go. No more subs. You guys got it figured out. You're all smart, intelligent, intellectual individuals. A lot of I words there. I did that on purpose.
Bonus points if you could spell each of those words.
Not right now. Later. Later, I'll do that for sure. Right now, we got to focus on the task at hand. That's going to be starting this game up. And yeah, do you think these guys got it? Do you think we're going to see them get it right? I genuinely don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen a couple of the names in this lobby. I guess we'll see how it ends up. Like I said, Murph is on 400 ping, so I mean, he's hearing these the game's already started. He's like, wait, we had set loadouts? He's just now hearing that. But we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I think Murph might pick up the Titan, actually. And he's pretty fun to watch on the Titan. So
yeah, that wouldn't shock me. That wouldn't shock me. He's definitely a heavy main, but talented on everything. When I met Murph, he was pocketing with medium, and he was beaming at the same time. So Murph definitely can do pretty much anything he wants, especially looking the way he looks, if you know what I'm saying. But these players are ready to go. Big Stash, High Rollers, Flower Houses. What's the last one?
The Munchies? Did we already say the Munchies?
The best one. We forgot the best one.
The best. That's me every weekend.
That's me every day of my life.
All righty, here we go. Big Stash, High Rollers, Munchies, Flower Houses. Flower Houses might have a little extra sauce in there. I don't know what they're putting in the growth serum of those flowers there, but I think they've been taking away 2 games so far.
All right, so taking a look at the comps here.
Already have a little mess up on the side of Orangey there.
Oh gosh, Orangey, you can only punch, brother. That's how it goes. You can only punch. I don't make the rules, but yes, I do.
Orangey, right. I was talking you up. I had confidence in you.
Okay, well,
he's got the infuser. He's gonna tickle the toes with the infusers there.
Use his teammates, that's for sure. And maybe, just maybe, we might see a game for the ages, a support game for the ages coming in from Orangey. What do you think, Dread?
Yeah, I guess now he's got to sit there and wait. He's sitting there. He's just 2 shots from the infuser. He's got to wait for it to. And Murph jumps in the air and says, "Where did this guy come from? He's only got an infuser." And he got headshot out of the air by Danny. And then Orangey's just going to try to take that hand res. He has 2 HP and he can't shoot back. How is he going to live through this? Danny, though, is going to maybe land a shot. He's trying to slow down. Did it? No way. He's going to hold up that mesh shield there. We're burger boxing. It's a full burger box, Max, and now Chernobyl is going to get the elbow in to kill him. He was going to try to go for a defib kill, but wasn't quite able to break it out. And I don't know what I'm watching anymore at this point, Merch.
This is, you may not like it, but this is what peak finals performance actually looks like, as we do see the Flower Houses getting some resets coming in, but the High Rollers have already plugged their money in, so they're going to be setting the pace of this lobby. Chernobyl Boy trying to land a shot there, unfortunately not able to do so with any of those shots, but he is going to take one to the back of the cranium. That's actually nasty shots coming in from Metro. Now going for a 2-piece on Murph, and Metro definitely a medium main through and through, but we see him on light as well. Just Metro very talented and definitely taking advantage a little bit of that aim snapping on that revolver there.
Yeah, I heard Metro was growing the mustache out again in real life. And you know what? I know as somebody who has been compared to real life Mario once or twice, Merch, you might have a twin brother out there with Metro, because once he grows that mustache out, you guys might actually be real life Mario and Luigi, because he's a little bit skinnier as well. But He is pretty crazy with that Revo there. I know he loves it, especially with being a controller user. He loves just getting in there close range and just beaming with that. But Sensoyo, speaking of beaming, with that BFR, the big 500 Magnum, as it's called in real life, which I don't think a lot of people know this, but all of these guns are modeled after real life guns as well. But Sensoyo landing a crazy headshot on a Chernobyl boy there.
Yeah, Sensoyo just does well no matter what situation you put him on. I've seen him go crazy with the LH1. I've seen him go crazy with the F-car. Obviously, heavy is his domain, but he is just a talented and skilled mechanically individual, as well as just a really smart fella. You're either a smart fella or a fart smella, and Sensoyo, maybe he's both, but he's definitely a smart fella, as we do see Orangey getting taken out there by Maverick with that BFR Titan in hand. Nice shots again coming in from Metro. Gonna hit a jump pad though, and I don't think that second pad was by design. He's gonna get taken out by Mav, and that's gonna be a wipe on the Munchies.
If I know anything about Metro, that was definitely a crazy ego push out of that pad, and he sometimes thinks he is Thanos, and he might be able to 1v3. And you know what? I'll have to give it to him, because sometimes he is Thanos. But not that time there. The Munchies are going to end up going down. They ran out of food. No more munching for them, as it looks like the High Rollers are the ones holding on to that box there. And the Big Stash being the only ones to take a box on the other side of the map so far. Whale landing a little bit of the pellets from that DB onto Girthquake there, but Def Nox the one to get the double kill with the Revo, and defib his teammates and Soyo right back up. Move across the map here while they're getting ready to get this box plugged, and the Big Stash getting some pretty hefty lead in this game, finishing a box and getting a plug of their own.
Yeah, Big Stash showing that they can adapt to pretty much any situation on the fly, as they are looking very good financially. I mean, they are being pursued a little bit by the High Rollers. If it goes down to it at the end of the game, we may have a kill race on our hands, as right now Lion actually going to be finding that pick on Def Dogs. SB able to take out Whale as well. So in the direct 3v3 fight that we're seeing between them, the High Rollers are actually favored against the Big Stash, but Big Stash still have a man alive, and he goes by the name of Sensoyo. Is going to be going for a winch, but he also is going to be getting taken out by some devious back shots from the double barrel of Espionage. But the coins did come in from the Big Stash, but so does a third party from the Flower Houses. So now Girthquake, B-Murph, and Chernobyl Boy trying to get some action on this point. Girthquake already getting taken down. And the thing is, this point hasn't been flipped either. The High Rollers were not able to flip this.
Yeah, I think it's because the Big Stash actually, they've made some holes in the roof there, and they've got some pretty good vantage points up there, kind of watching down on that box. And so the High Rollers can't really get in there because they're getting beamed by those Revos from both the heavy and the medium. But SB with that DB says he can close the distance, and he's going to land the second shot onto Def Nox to take him out there. Whale is going to get the res onto Def Nox, though. And SB, unfortunately, not able to link up with Lion's body, so Lion is forced to use that coin. But they still have a little bit of time to come back in on this box, and Soyo's just barely going to miss that winch onto Espinas there, and he's going to come around and he's going to heal up his teammate Maverick as they're working way up the staircase here. But here comes a huge explosion. I'm not even sure if that was C4. I don't think it was, because Soyo still has his C4 off cooldown there. That might have been a red barrel, I guess.
think it was a red.
But the dome shield is going to go down, and he is going to put the C4 on the box there. And I don't think they have time anymore to hop on this box, Mertz.
No, the Big Stash able to hold on to this money, and before that happened, the High Rollers were actually on fire. They made a $3,000 deficit turn into less than about $1,000. But unfortunately, that huge payday is not going to be what they wanted to see, and they should have got the box too. Unfortunately, they got third party by the Flower Houses, and now the mayhem is just going to continue, but this time it's the Munchies causing all the problems. They're stealing your stepson's gummy bears or something out of the cupboard. The Munchies going crazy right now, and they should be able to hold on to this for the time being, as Girthquake of the Flower Houses is going to be the last one alive. Chernobyl Boy has been taken out. Murph also probably going to be coming in off of a coin very shortly, but Metro, Danny, and Orangey should be able to posture up in this situation without a problem, as Girthquake is going to be going for a revive. Danny may have heard, and definitely heard now, as that res is going to come in, but unfortunately Opens that door.
Oh no, he's got to reload.
Wrong time.
Just barely landing that C4. He planted that right. I thought he was going to try to go for a C4 RPG play, but unfortunately he had to reload the C4. He finally did, landing it right onto Earthquake, but doing so much damage to himself as well. He's going to drop down that dome shield and try to reload up here as well. It's just absolute chaos in here. Murph getting a C4 kill as his own as Metro walks over that. And the shots do finally land from Danny there onto Chernobyl Boy, but Danny is the last one left alive. Knowing that, they're going to go ahead and drop that C4 onto the box, and I like this. Climbing back up, a couple floors up, having a really good vantage point on this as Girthquake and Murph are going to try to hop on this. The C4 dropping this down. Murph unable to track it, but he has time to hop right back on it, but the BFR shots are raining down, and Danny, last member alive of the Munchies, is going to keep the money.
They're going to get the money. Defnox is going to jump pat himself off the map. And now everybody is going to be focusing their attention over towards the big stash, who may be about to wipe. Their point is being stolen right now. Does Sensoyo have a stall up his sleeve? The answer is no. This money now belongs to the High Rollers, but it's not currently enough for them to take the lead. And that's going to be a massive pick coming in from Sensoyo there with the quick melee, able to take out Lion. But here comes Metro and the rest of the Munchies hunting down Sensoyo. Metro going for a two-piece. He's able to connect there. Pushing a double barrel in a situation like that is actually crazy out of Metro. But not only does he push it,
actually 1 HP.
He wins that engagement too with literally 1 HP to his name. Now, just one of two teams still alive in this lobby. Vault 6 is going to be getting tapped, but no. Metro's going to be taken out anyway. That's going to be pretty detrimental as he doesn't have any coins. And as it stands right now, the Munchies are sitting in 3rd place.
Yeah, they are in 3rd place, and like you pointed out, he doesn't have any coins in orange. He only has 1 left available. Danny is going to be able to get the hand res on that, though, but I don't think they're going to be able to cross this distance and get over to that box there. The High Rollers might be taking this one home as SB gets another kill of his own, trying to work their way in there. It's really only the big stash that they have to worry about, but that jump pad is gooed off, and nobody has time to hop on it anymore. The High Rollers are taking this one.
Wow. Let's go. Let's go. What a game. Dread, I'm gonna have you, we're gonna test your memory here.
Oh, that's not good. Okay.
not too crazy. There's only been a few games played, but there's only been
remember what I had for breakfast, and that was only an hour ago.
All right, so you know what? No memory test, no pacer test, no memory test. How about this? There's only been 2 team names that have won so far tonight, and these teams get shuffled every single game. So maybe there's some luck on the side of the High Rollers and the Flower Houses because they're just doing the best out of everybody. But in order to switch that up, we're going to be making a new lobby yet again, give you guys another chance to hop into this one. And while we do that, Dread, has anybody stood out to you today so far?
I just want to say in that match specifically, it looked like I think both Metro and Defnox had 12 kills of their own. Maybe later on we might have to see a Revo 1v1 between those two to really figure out who is the Revo king, because they were tied up that game and they were both beaming. Seeing some crazy shots coming for them. Actually, all the mediums respectively had some crazy shots in that game. Which was a fun one to watch, honestly. It was an absolute bloodbath there. I wonder if anything would have changed if Orangey was able to shoot back as well. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up there. But we are going to be posting this lobby code in the chat right now, guys. So make sure y'all are paying attention. It's already on the screen, but now it is also in the chat. Get your fine butts in here. We got a little bit of finals left to play. Again, all are welcome. This is a first come, first serve basis, and that is the only requirement. And we're going to be taking our talents over to Soul Under Construction. It's actually hurt me internally to wait over an hour to bring us to Soul. That's one of my Soul Under Construction is just one of my absolute favorite maps for sure. Let's see.
You know what else hurt me, Merch?
What's that?
My wife. Just kidding. She doesn't actually beat me. But she just kidding. She didn't actually beat me, but she was mad at me. I got in trouble. You know why? Because speaking of the Munchies, I keep buying my kid, you know those Uncrustables, like the peanut butter and jelly Uncrustables. They make Nutella ones as well.
Ooh.
They're Nutella Uncrustables. I buy them those, and I buy them juice boxes. But I got in trouble because I eat them all. I buy them for my kids, and I eat them all because they're too good. They're too addicting. I mean, they're Nutella Uncrustables. My wife goes to open the box. Dude, what? This was a box of 36 of them. Why are there only 2 in here? We've only had them for 2 days. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just got home. Like, it was crazy. They were there a second ago. I don't know. Something. We might have some fairies in the house or something.
Reinventing what family size really means. Yes, Danny, free loadouts. You guys can use everything, anything and everything that you want. But that actually sounds delicious, honestly. The Nutella one sounds delicious. I'm not the biggest fan.
Fire.
I'm not the biggest fan of like the peanut butter jelly ones, but oh my goodness, that Nutella
I like both of them. And you know what a little life hack is too? If anybody has an air fryer, if you throw an Uncrustable in the air fryer, I'm the king of the munchies, I'm telling you right now. And if you have an air fryer, you put some Uncrustables in there, whether they be the Nutella or the PB&J ones, and you heat them up for just about 1.5 minutes, and it perfectly crusts the outside and warms it up and melts the inside of it. It's amazing. It's probably why I've gained 40 pounds in the past month. But it's worth it.
I've never done that, but I can assure you that is a certified Dread classic, and you should definitely try it, because if Dread says to do anything, you should probably do it. I don't know a single time Dread has ever steered me wrong in any aspect of my life, actually, now that I really sit back and think about it. So maybe Dread needs to be the coach of the next Grand Major team, potentially. Whatever team Dread is going to coach is probably going to win, because he only makes good decisions. But now we see the Munchies trying to make a good decision over on Vault 1, avoiding this team fight. They're going to be going for a gateway. They are going to be in somewhat of an entanglement here, though, with the big stash.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys right now, if you guys pick me up as a coach, I will personally feed you Uncrustables, and that's all I got for you, unfortunately. But here we go as this game is breaking down. The flower houses somehow are already all dead. I don't even know how that happened. That was the quickest wipe I think we've seen of the night. But Danny, now with the XP, I think Danny has been on a completely different loadout in every single game we've had so far today, showing that they are definitely a versatile player. But this fight is slowing down a little bit compared to the other side of the map, Merch.
Yeah, that was an uncharacteristic wipe out of the Flower House. Is just so dominant early on in Season 2 here, but also pretty characteristic of Danny, who just has a staple and name for themselves of just out here having a good time, don't really care about what you want me to use, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and they do it so well. But right now, we do have an extremely extended box fight on our hands as Danny going to be going for the revive here. Vault 1 is still just floating back and forth in limbo, but Lion with a crazy two-piece there, getting the wipe finally on the big stash. These boxes may very well end up getting double, but I don't think the high rollers may want that. In fact, I think the high rollers actually threw that money away, so they might not be picking up what we're putting down here in these Merch Mondays, Dread.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to get a little bit of a lead before they let it come back and get doubled, as they are reaching that halfway point now and getting some kill money as well on top of that. But Lion has picked that up now and walking it over towards Hospital. Murph taking some crazy damage from that Ruby F-car in the hands of Metro. And they're trying to work their way across to the Hospital side there, as the construction side is almost done. Def Knox with the F-car in his hands as well. Is getting some shots in, but he's hurt himself. He's going to try to jump pad up on to the rest of the Munchies there, as Espinosa ends up going down to Metro. Orangey is going to follow him from the really nice shots from Def Knox there. But here comes Danny from the big stash. And we're going to have three whole teams actually on that box there, because it's coming up to an end. And almost every team is missing a member now, as the Munchies actually fully end up going down. It's only Crazy left alive on the big stash. And Bronze Entry. I just realized, Merch, that's a whole team of F-cars.
Yeah, we got the reincarnation of the 3 F-Courtiers. I don't know if you remember them. I believe they were playing in the quals for last TGM, but Bronze Energy popping into this game. I love the name. Let's see if I love the gameplay as well. They also got a Shockwave on their hands. Solid shots coming in with that F-car. Beautiful tracking.
Oh.
Able to take out I'm Mr. Crazy there. That's going to sit down the big stash. Give them about 20 more seconds to think about their decisions as Bronze Energy going to be going for a little bit of the self-healing and self-help. But they need to be making their way over towards this hospital site where Cash Out B currently located. Is going to be a little bit of a tough cross, but maybe not, as they have a perfect opportunity here to cross, and not only cross, but get a free kill over on Lion as well. Getting the revive on the teammate. Bronze Energy has at least platinum energy, I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely beaming. They might be LARPing as a bronze player, because I don't know. I've never met a bronze that's got shots like that. And as I'm saying that, get some really good shots into the back of, I think that was Maverick there, as they jump down towards the point, and SB ends up going down as well. We might just keep the highlight reel going for Bronze Energy here, as Metro picks up another one. This only Maverick left alive on the Munchies now, as he ends up going down. That's a full team wipe in favor of the High Rollers here, who have now taken both boxes in the game so far. They have 28K, and there's only been 2 boxes.
Yeah, people can complain about team balancing all they want. This is completely random. It happens sometimes, guys. I would like to see you handle it better than me. I'll wait. You know what? Sometimes super teams just get formed. Right now, the High Rollers, they're looking like a super team out there. They're looking like the Heat with LeBron, Wade, and Bosch out there. But you know what? Sometimes it's exciting to see, as Vault 4 has been tapped. Cash Out C is underway. We have a massive stagger on our hands in this lobby. First and foremost is going to be an even bigger stagger on the horizon as this vault does get completed. The only way to really fix it is forcing this double, which I would love to see. Is Crazy going to be going for the revive on Chernobyl Boy, also able to heal him up as well. So that's good to get your heavy back alive, happy and healthy. But getting to the money is going to be the bigger concern here. And again, I really think not only for entertainment purposes, but for pacing purposes, this box needs to get doubled, Dread.
Yeah, it definitely needs to get doubled, and these team comps are a complete roll of the dice, and the High Rollers just be rolling high, as their name states. And as I say that too, Metro's taking out Chernobyl Boy, but Penguin is going to take out Bronze Energy there, so it's only Def Nox left alive on the High Rollers. But I mean, they could wipe a couple times and be fine, I think, in this one. And that box is going to be stolen by the Munchies up there, as the Flower Houses are coming in hot. But that escape gateway is set up, and they do have the big mesh shield from Maverick there holding on to him. And Espinosa with crazy beams straight out of the sky to take out Agent Penguin off of that jump pad there. And now, here we come with the big double to close it out here. Actually, with this double, we are going to have time for 2 more boxes coming in. But now, every team in the lobby is going to come fight for this, as Metro did get Def Nox back up. Maverick is going to get a kill onto Metro, though, right after he gets that defib. I think the High Rollers are going to come back in and fight for this, because they want to hold on to their first place position. But we do have the big stash coming in, and they are going to drop down that dome shield, but they're not going to be able to take it in time, because the Munchies are back, and they're hungry as they're taking out another team member. But Orangey ends up going down. He's going to immediately get defibbed back up there by Crazy. SB getting a kill onto him right after that defib, though. Here comes the Flower Houses as Murph gets a kill in his own and almost gets taken over, but the Munchies hold on the double, stealing the lead from the High Rollers.
That's a massive take for the Munchies there. A ballsy play coming in from SB, but it definitely pays off, as Agent Penguin needs to skedaddle. He just got randomly blown up by a fire barrel there. But not only does this bias and reset the pacing a lot of time, it's probably going to guarantee that the final boxes may end up getting doubled as well for a lot of these lower placed teams. As Penguin hits a crazy no-scope on Mavericks. But a lot of these lower ranked teams right now, like the Big Stash and even the Flower Houses, kind of going to be reliant on a double if they do want to take that first place victory, which is oh so meaningful and important every single Monday over here on Merch Mondays at Ape Squad, 8 p.m. Eastern. But nice shots coming in from Def Nox of the High Rollers, and Wisely able to back up as well. Vault 5 is being tapped. It's in the works. Vault 6 as well going to be in the works. I think Def Nox going to be heading over to Cash Out D. Maybe just trying to get ahead of this curve here. He doesn't mind a split. Of all teams The High Rollers probably don't mind a split here. The Munchies certainly wouldn't really mind a split, but let's see how this one actually ends up playing out as all these teams are still engaging and going for their resets.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here because I think the Big Stash and the Flower Houses are definitely going to be wanting to bring this over here for that double. But the Big Stash ends up going down on the other side of the map before they can get that box moved around, and the High Rollers did get that plugged. So if they want to get a double in here, they're going to have to bring it over to them, and the timer has started. The Munchies just kind of battling it out over the box here, just kind of bodyguarding it so that it is not able to get plugged there. And I think that is Def Knox, who have made his way across the map to make sure that this gets split. I'm pretty sure is why he's here, but he's picked a fight in a 1v2. And now I think he might be second-guessing it as it does get split there. Orangey bringing that up and around, tossing it in, and actually, no, it didn't. Actually, the box actually disappeared right as he threw it in there. So now the Flower Houses and the Big Staff has a big opportunity to bring that box around now, Merch.
And now it's not going to extend time at all as well. That was about to add on another minute of gameplay for us. So now all these guys need to scramble. Less than 30 seconds remaining for this box to even make it across if the Big Stash or the Flower Houses want to have any hopes. And quite frankly, if I'm being realistic, this is just going to be borderline impossible. The Big Stash, relatively uncontested right now. Def Knox is on the scene. He's in the area, but he's not able to do
it got thrown
all
over.
That much of anything. The money is there. Can they get the double? Down to the wire. Here comes Mr. Crazy. He's going to be going for the double.
Is he going to get it in
there safely?
He does!
It. Oh my God.
No way!
No
Holy
way.
moly, Merch at the last second.
No
the Big Stash take it all.
Oh my
The Big Stash truly do get the biggest of stashes, and they take home all the money from Soul Under Construction.
Oh my, that's what a way for the Big Stash to get on the scoreboard, securing their first win of Season 2 Merch Mondays. Looking at the scoreboard, they were taking
They didn't really have to work very hard for that money, and you know what? It doesn't matter. They just sat there and looked pretty, and they got 42,000 to their name to beat out Metro. Metro, you got 14 kills, buddy. You know what? Doesn't matter. You're in second place.
That's not where I thought you were going to be going. I thought you were like, Metro, take it easy on the kids, all right, bro?
Oh, you're in second place, buddy. You know what, Metro? You know what they say? Who said that again? Second place is just first loser. You know what? Shake and bake, baby. Talladega Nights. What? That's a boomer movie, I guess nowadays, right? That came out in like 2008.
It's on them if they don't know it. It's a fantastic movie. And we're also going to be going to a fantastic map back over to Sis Horizon for our second time of the day here. Let me just update the map for you guys on the screen.
I'm having fun. I don't know about you guys in chat. I mean, my face is literally hurting. I've been laughing so hard this entire time.
What an electric ending. That was, I mean, PHL wishes they had a moment like that go down last night. My goodness, what a crazy
I think
ending.
In my entire casting career, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a box get doubled in the last 5 seconds of the match to the team that owns the box. I think that might be the first time I've ever seen that happen.
I can't believe that. I really can't. You know how ESPN has that statistic sometimes where it's like likelihood of making this catch. It's like for the NFL. Likelihood of that victory was like 1%. And they still managed to win it. That was absolutely insane, dude.
Yeah, that's going to be a Merch Monday record holder right there. To which team? It's going to probably be the only team that has ever come back from 4th place to 1st place in the last 5 seconds of the game.
I hope somebody clipped it. If not, I'm going to have to go back and clip it myself. I want that video to play at my funeral. But now, let's get this show on the road back over to Sis Horizon, and we're going to be jumping on board with the Big Stash. Nope, we're going to be jumping on board with the Flower Houses. Metro looking good with that F-car in hand. This is the POV that I want to see. W, Justin.
Yeah, with huge beams already to start, but Bronze Energy shooting back with his own there, but here we go, Metro. Target transferring over there to Lion to take him out with a little bit of team fire help from Maverick and Agent Penguin there. Now they're going to be on the aggressive push there as Crazy did get the defib out up, but Metro is still going full aggro in there. Going to chase down Lion off of that defib again, getting some big shots in as they both hit that jump pad through midair there. Bronze Energy being the last one alive of the high rollers. Almost gets beamed out of the sky as well. And Metro, I think, getting 4 kills in that first fight.
Yeah, I kind of lost count. It was at least 3 of them, but he may have found him off the res as well. So the Flower Houses are off to a nice start, but it also looks like the Big Stash off to a pretty good start of their own. And unlike last game's energy, we're seeing big split energy here. Cash out A, cash out B, very far away from each other, about 200 meters away from each other. So if there's going to be any monkey business, it's only because it's Ape Squad. It's not going to be a timing thing whatsoever. But here comes Agent Penguin trying to secure those shots with the sniper. Unfortunately, he's kind of shooting that windowsill just under his toes in front of Espionage there, and Espy is going to be able to get that kill, but Metro quickly trades him out, and now Maverick with the beams as well, able to take out B-Murph as SB2 fell. Great stuff that we're seeing from the Flower Houses, but an immediate engagement is taking place between the Big Stash and the High Rollers.
Yeah, and I think they've been listening to you, Merch, because we were talking earlier about Lion being the only medium in the lobby, and now we have 2 full triple medium teams coming into this one here with a big C4 into a winch play, but unfortunately throws another C4 instead of just shooting him, and Lion turns on him and gets the kill there. And now the C4s are on the ground, so Def Nox and Wrist, I want to say that's Wrist or RSKD, is able to shoot those C4 there as it's still staying while that body is down from Orangey, but they're forced to back up here and kind of play reset as I think that's Lion hopping back on that box. And he's going to have to back off again, though, because I think that Goo actually stalled him at the last second.
Beams.
Wrist is going crazy with the ARN there.
Nasty beams coming in with that ARN from Wrist. I believe that is how we are going to say that name. I don't know. I ran into him in Power Shift the other day, and now we're friends, I guess. So funny how life works out sometimes. But Orangey trying to get some redemption because he got absolutely smoked by Lion last time, trying to go for that web redemption on Tosh.0, but it ain't Tosh.0. It's Merch Mondays, baby. And Orangey, he's going to have to get out of there. Just 4 HP, make it no HP. I'm crazy. Just hunting him down. Bronze Energy as well found his kill, so that's gonna be a wipe on the Big Stash. And across the map, looks like the Flower House is successfully able to win their box as well, and they're already off the scene, rotating onto the next one, onto bigger and better things. And Metro has a nice red barrel in his hands right now, but he's you know what, whatever, Metro, bro, pick it back up right now or we're switching. Okay, you know what? Metro gonna be looking for the F-car beams, and he's gonna find it there on Lion anyway, so shutting me up. I wish he went for a red barrel kill, though. If he's not gonna be going for defib kills, we at least gotta be going for the red barrel kills.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm just gonna put it out there. If anybody in any of the rest of these games get a barrel kill with any barrel, whether it be a red barrel, a glitch barrel, I've even seen some goo barrel kills. If anybody does it, I myself will drop 5 gifties in the chat if we get any barrel kill in any one of these matches before the end of tonight's episode of Merch Monday.
And you know what? I'll throw a second bounty in the mix. If anybody gets a defib kill, I'll give 5 to the channel myself. So maybe we can incentivize some more goofiness coming in from these players. But Orangey gonna take out Metro there with an RPG. Def Nox finding his on Agent Penguin with that F-car, and now Maverick gonna be the last one alive for the Flower Houses. Not an ideal situation to be in, so fresh into the life of your box, and now you guys have wiped. And well, the only good thing about the situation is it was very early into the box, so enough time to reset. But across the map, the Munchies posturing up in a pretty interesting way. I actually kind of like this goo positioning, and not really something we see utilized a lot for this box.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also, they've got those double shockwaves on there too. So if they sit up on those goos, you can't really push them because they're just going to shockwave you off and keep that high ground and just beam you off of them again. That's one thing I really like about the shockwave. I've seen different ways to use it almost every single time I've seen somebody use that specialization. But here we go again. Speaking of a shockwave user, we got Bronze Energy getting the kill onto Def Nox and immediately tipping up Lion. But here comes Wrist with that ARN, not able to connect onto Lion. And that's Flower Houses coming in with the third party. And they're still holding onto that box.
They still got that money in their possession, and now they may even have some room to work with here as both teams, the High Rollers and the Big Stash, wiped at the exact same time. So the spawns going to be interesting to see how they end up playing out, but it does look like the Flower House is already kind of rotating out of there. I don't know if there was an attempted spawn manipulation or something taking place, but it does look like over at the side of Cash Out C anyway, we may be seeing some action as Danny going to be going for some long-range shots with that Revo. And we
Which
have
is
Wrist.
yet again, sorry, just wanted to point that out, yet again, another brand new weapon we've seen from Danny.
Yeah, Danny just wearing any hat, wearing any shoes, whatever you want. Danny can do it for sure. Now Wrist also can do pretty much anything he wants with that ARN. Great shots there. Able to take out Espionage. Espionage did, though, however, find Orangey beforehand, but the revive is going to come in on the side of Wrist, getting his homie Orangey back up alive, happy and healthy. Danny finding the reset over on SB. Defnox getting involved in the mix. He's going to get traded out there with I'm Crazy, and that's actually going to be in a somewhat of a separate fight, so perhaps a little bit split out. Danny now trying to take advantage of these numbers that they have. Is Orangey going to be the last one alive on the Big Stash, trying to stay alive, but it's just simply not going to be possible. Actually takes himself out there with the RPG as we see Danny going for the reset.
Yeah, they are going for that reset there, and Penguin trying to get a kill with that sniper there onto, I believe that was SB running away there. Popping a little Ape Squad emote there, representing the homies over here at Ape Squad. With that sniper rifle as well. Diamond sniper rifle looks pretty good, Merch. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I kind of like the rework that they did with the snipers. I wasn't really too sure about it at first, but I kind of like the contrast with that like carbon fiber look as well. And with a huge no scope coming out of that as well. And look at that keychain rocking the exclusive limited time banana on that diamond sniper as well after hitting that crazy no scope.
Man, WTSM sticker too on that box. Shout out TSM. Got to show love to all the orgs that want to be involved in the finals. We just love the finals. We want to see this game grow together. But I agree. I kind of think that the new diamond with the carbon fiber looks a little bit better than the old diamond on some guns. And I don't know exactly if I think that's how it should be. But maybe I'm just an unk. Maybe I'm just an old head that's stuck in my old ways. But Orangey getting the C4 kill. What a great play that we see from Orangey. Still hasn't been able to get that flip, though, and is the last one alive, trying to go for the clip of the century. Unfortunately, will be getting taken out by 9T Lion, and now Lion getting the heals, or getting healed back up by I'm Crazy, and now trading those heals right back is the situation at hand. Good shots coming in. Crazy going for the steal. He's going to be sticking this steal through all of that chaos, putting full faith over on the side of Lion, and, well, it paid off.
It did pay off, and I do agree that you are crazy, Merch, but I'm crazy being the team that takes over that box. And now they're going to have to hold on to it because they are in third place right now. They do need they need this money, and they need some kills or a team wipe to come out of the flower houses here, which could be possible. Maverick is the only one left alive there. Metro has no coins left. Agent Penguin having 1 coin left, but he's still got lots of time before he can come back in here. So Maverick has to play this really safe. But now on the high rollers, Lion is the last one left alive. And we do have the Big Stash here as well. Nox taking it to everybody's here, actually. The Munchies has their own box across the map. And Murph is over here causing some chaos as well. The box did get dropped down there. We do have a little bit of a glitch barrel coming out of Lion, and it's just sitting there on that jump pad. So it's going to be kind of hard to drop down onto that. And the rest of his team has coined back in, but Metro with some big shots onto Lion there. Maverick is going to stick this, but the high rollers, are they going to be able to come back in time? It's a red barrel to drop it down, but Bronze Entry is going to go down by Agent Penguin with that sniper and Metro with team shots as well. They keep trying to hop on it, but the high rollers are just rolling in one by one, taking them out, but it doesn't matter because Munchies on the other side of the map was able to hold on to theirs uncontested to take the win.
Yeah, a little bit of a lobby blunder, just not really paying attention to where to prioritize. But at the end of the day, the Munchies definitely going to be taking home enough money to get all the snacks that they want moving forward. And looking at the scoreboard there, you know, it's an objective game. It's a team game. SB, you could multiply SB's teammates' kills by any number, right? And SB would still have more kills than them. But they won. So I don't want to hear nobody complaining about nothing. My ranked randoms this, my ranked randoms that. No excuses. But honestly, B, Murph, and Danny were also going crazy and doing the right thing.
You know what?
In their own regards.
B, Murph, and Danny carried, actually. You know what? SB actually just stole all those kills. He didn't have any assists. He actually stole all those kills. So all he had to do was last hit. He just took the number onto his board there. Classic espionage. I mean, you know what I mean? But you know what I want to point out there? Risked, I think that was his name. Pretty fun to see them play. I love seeing the new names coming over to hang out with us on Merch Monday, which is every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We love seeing the new names coming over here to play. And, you know, we know a lot of these normal names up here that that grind the ranked ladder and the ranked cash out ladder. But we see some crazy shooters come in from the other modes like Power Shift and Point Break and TDM. Some of those kind of low-key names that don't really play the ranked ladder as much, but are absolute beamers that get to come show us their shots over here on Merch Monday as well. It's fun to see.
Yeah, you're completely right. A lot of the time I'm just like, why are so many people so good at this game? It's actually crazy like how many people are really good at the finals, honestly. And it's also kind of alarming because it makes me feel like if I, you know, take a day off to rest and relax, I might just forget how to play the game. I'm not like you, Dread, where I can just, or Rippy, where I could just wake up and be good at everything I do. No, I have to try really hard, and I just smile through the process and make you guys think that I'm chilling, but I promise you, I'm giving it my absolute best every single time we go out there. But, Dread, how do you feel about maybe, you know what, we'll do it next. We're going to make a new lobby. This is going to be last game in this lobby, then we're going to make a final lobby, and we're going to throw another curveball at you guys for that one. But we are loading into Monaco for this next one.
Monaco. On the comp side of the scene, kind of the most hated map in the game. On the casual side of the scene, I've kind of heard mixed reviews of it. I think on the comp side of it, it's mostly because of the spawns, though. It's so easy to spawn trap on those maps if you know how to spawn manip on there, especially on the corners of those maps there. You just kind of hold up all of those rooftops. Also, you're kind of glazing me up here with all of these kills I get with guns. You, though, holding the top defib killer of the world. It's kind of frowned upon. I thought about doing that, trying that in real life one time. They were like, no, he still has a pulse. Don't do that. I was like, guys, I'm just channeling my inner Merch right now. I'm cosplaying as Merch. They're like, who is that? I don't know what that means. He's alive. Don't defib him. So it doesn't work in real life as well as it works in the game. But when Merch does it in the game, it looks really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been trying to work on my craft just a little bit. We have a montage in the works, guys. Soon TM, the most exciting finals montage you've ever seen. And that's not me glazing myself, I promise. I actually hate like saying nice things about myself, but this montage is going really to be sick. Like
that's a high bar because awesome. Guys, the montages that he's put out before are absolutely insane as well. So if he's saying that this one is going to be the best one, I mean, your minds are going to melt because I mean, I'm already excited. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm ready for it though, because guys, look up him on YouTube as well. If you go look up Merch on YouTube, he's got some crazy montages already.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Dread. I appreciate that. We got a bunch of legends in the chat. I just want to shout you guys out as these players roll out. What's good, Sparrow? Hope you're having a good one, homie. Metro, thank you for playing. Ray, how we doing? Crazy sending me the clip of that last, that doubled box at the last second, so I'm gonna have to peep that one later. Jabroni, how we feeling? So many goats in the chat, so many goats in the game. And Agent Penguin trying to add a few goats to his list of victims with that sniper rifle. I'm pretty sure he's got a full-on Excel spreadsheet of every single content creator and pro player and how many times he has killed them, Dread.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And I don't know how that shot didn't connect with Agent Penguin there. Looked like he was right on the head of Orangey there with just a little bit of that bullet drop, but it must have just barely, like, gave him a haircut there, a little bit of a reverse headshot. But he's like, you know what? I'm not worried about it. I'm still I'm gonna hit this little Ape Squad emote here, show you my cool little dragon on my shoulder. Which is ironically, he named that dragon Metro because he knows he carries Metro around on his shoulder because Metro is just that carryable. And Metro rocking the light now, actually getting the double kill with the ARN as I'm saying this, the triple kill actually coming out of Metro. He said, no, I'm not a lizard, I'm Metro. And I do get kills of my own. But look at Maverick here with that LH1 going crazy as well with the I'm blanking on the name of that optic now. It's not the red dot, it's the other red dot optic. The adder, yeah, which honestly, don't see that on the LH1 very often.
No, you don't, but I know a few people who do use, I believe Sensoyo actually uses it on the LH1 as well, and he goes absolutely nuts whenever he's in my lobby and he's got an LH1 in hand. Usually he's out there spawn trapping and power shifts, so I get to be my platform princess nice and safe, but Sensoyo will be going crazy with the LH1, and I do believe that he uses the adder reflex on it. But that being said, Grandma's house position being held down by B Murph right now. Money in possession of the high rollers, but Murph's gonna be getting hunted down by so many lights. Agent Penguin and Defnox on the scene, making a two-piece for Defnox, getting Murph, getting Mav, and now Murph getting revived, so he may just be getting taken out yet again. Is Penguin gonna find that pick there over on Orangey, or was it a coin? Did Murph come in off of a coin? I'm not quite sure, but the scoreboard may just be bugging out. I don't really know as we see Cash Out A, a little bit of a mind of its own, moving through the streets of Monaco. And it does look like Metro just going to be posturing up here over at Cash Out A. He's in a really good position. He has the spawn of, I believe, the high rollers on the horizon as well, so he knows exactly where the next potential threat is going to be coming from. That's going to be the first matter at hand. The next matter at hand is going to be securing those kills, and maybe Lion is going to be the one that's actually going to be going for those kills. And yeah, Lion trying to string these kills together right now, able to take out Orangey. We do see a lot swarming. What a winch coming in from Lion. They're able to take out Maverick. I believe that it was a B-Murph disconnect or just a bugged scoreboard across the street. But the Munchies able to hold on to that money. I believe I just missed a defib kill as well, so I might be selling the bag. But Bronze Energy able to take out Agent Penguin there as I'm crazy. Gonna be going for a revive on the roof. He's actually gonna use that goo, I believe, to keep the trophy from rolling off of the roof. So a little bit of a multi-tool in that goo there. Nice shots coming in as well as Crazy able to take out Ray Ray, but Ray Ray able to take out Crazy with her own mines. So nice stuff out of Ray Ray. They're making something out of nothing, but does get taken out.
Yeah, and I don't know what just happened there. CNS kind of hijacked my audio there for a second. I don't know. They might have gotten weirded out because I was talking about I want to get socks that has Merch's face on them and says Platform Princess as the socks. And speaking of socks, guys, you can check out the merch store on Ape Squad org. You can get some banana socks of your own. But anyways, back into this game now. CNS can't be messing with me anymore. Espinoss, last one alive on the Munchies, trying to get a little bit of shots, but here comes Orangey to shut him down, get the team wipe onto Munchies.
Yeah, great stuff coming in from the Munchies there. Even though they did get wiped, they are still sitting pretty comfortably in first place after these first two boxes, but going for the bounce pass into Cash Out C, and we are going to be seeing the high rollers kicking off our next set of boxes here. Vol4 is also on the move, so hopefully not too crazy of a stagger as Ray Ray just trying to get this one plugged in as soon as possible. Kills are coming in across the board. Defnox finding his, going absolutely crazy with the M11. Now Ray snapping on Defnox there, sending him to the Shadow Realm. That is not the player you want to be shooting in the back, especially as a light. Going up against a heavy with the Shack, and now the res, the disrespectful res, right in the face of Ray. Unfortunately, she does get taken out, but again, Ray able to take out Crazy with yet another Pyro Mine.
Yeah, the Pyro Mine's going absolutely insane there. Munchie's holding on to this box over here. But Crazy is going to get hand rest up by Defnox. So now they do have the defib back in their hands to be able to fight this off here. But the Revo going crazy in the hands of I'm Crazy onto Bronze Energy there. And now Danny going out to Defnox right after it. It's only Ray left alive, and they're going to follow right behind him. And now Defnox with 1 HP trying to steal this box in the favor of the big stash, trying to make their stash even bigger with some more money over here on the on the other side of the map. Actually, this is the same side of the map. It's just another team, I think, coming in, Merchant. I've turned around. CS has my brain now, too.
They got you off your game. They're trying to steal your mojo, but I won't let that happen. Unfortunately, Metro trying to hold on to all of his loot and goop and stash of his own. But yes, no, I don't think you were wrong. I don't know. I also might be in the blender right now. I'm a little bit cooked. I've been working pretty hard myself, Dread, back to the old 9 to 5. Sometimes it's like a 7 to 8. I don't know. It's crazy sometimes. But regardless, Defnox
can't always be a platform princess, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I wish I could be a full-time platform princess, but I think a lot of us wish we could be full-time platform princesses in the grand scheme of things, and Metro wants to just be a pro gamer, and that's exactly what he's doing right now, able to take out Ray, going for the flip as well, still has plenty of time. It's a wipe on the flower houses. The Munchies secure in this one, honestly. This is my first time even realizing that the Munchies are a pretty stacked team, and I recommend they maybe try to play a little bit of ranked together once in a while. I think they would find themselves a lot of success, but as it stands right now, they have a minute and a half left in this lobby, and if we see a doubled box, then maybe, just maybe, the big stash have a chance. But I don't think anybody else can win as it stands, even with a doubled box, Dread.
Yeah, they would need to also get a wipe on Munchies, which might actually happen as SB and Metro both end up going down, but Lion does get the res back up onto SB pretty fast there. Metro is dead as well, though, but I don't think his body is that far away, so he might just be able to scoop up his body there and get a res, but the High Roller's just holding on to this rooftop here, kind of making sure that they can't cross to this box, but the High Rollers need to get this box plugged, because they need to be able to take this at least into second place, but the Munchies playing really aggro here. They're not going to let that happen, and these sonar nades going off. Metro getting chased down by Orangey here. Trying to go up to the top of the roof, and now Lion taking lots of damage, living with just 2 bars of HP, and now Orange getting jumped on by Metro. Actually, that's SB as well. SB getting that kill with that ARN there, which is his preferred weapon. I mean, we don't get to see him use it on broadcast a lot, but he is an absolute beamer with that ARN, and I believe he's got it completely maxed out. If not, it's only 1 level away from being maxed out.
He's also just diabolical with the LH1. That's the weapon I fear Espionage on the most, but nice winch coming in from Ray as well as shots. Unfortunately, she's just gonna be hunted down again by Defnox, who I don't know how many kills he has, but if I had to guess, he's probably got 13 or 14. That's at least how it feels right now, and he's looking to get even more at that. And with the hip fire of the M11 at point blank range, sure, why not? Maybe make it a 2-piece as well, as Defnox just hunts down Bronze Energy there. There, he was maybe looking like Gold Energy, but there's not much you could do against Look at this! Defnox is just going crazy right now, holding W, hip firing with the M11, and lighting up the scoreboard, but it's not going to be enough unless somehow we see another crazy last-second double. But beautiful shots are coming in from Defnox. This man is in flow state right now, Dread, as the clock is about to hit 15. This money doesn't appear to be getting doubled. The Munchies are keeping it out of the game, but Defnox was doing everything he could. He almost doubled their money just with kills, Dread.
Yeah, Def Knox was getting the munchies himself because he was eating up that entire lobby at the end there. Almost really closed the gap on the money between them and the munchies there, but not quite able to do it as the munchies did hold on to first place there. But a pretty good match on Monaco there. Pretty fun to watch, honestly, all around from every team there. It was actually absolute chaos, with which normally Monaco plays a little bit slower just because of how vertical it is and how wide it is. Everybody kind of playing on those rooftops. It's normally pretty slow, but that game was kind of a bloodbath, Merch.
Yeah, it was. And we are going to be making our final lobby of the evening, guys. But yeah, Def Knox was 16. 16. I think I was right with my guess when I said it, because he got a few more kills after that. He was going absolutely crazy. But
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead.
You're telling me you can count? Holy moly. I can't even count that fast.
It's really hard, dude. I told you I give my all to everything, including counting to 16. Like, it requires so much focus. I don't really know how I do it sometimes. I impress myself.
Yeah, I don't know if this is just a compliment to my daughter who just graduated kindergarten, or it's just a shot to me, but I think if I took a math test against her, she would probably beat me.
Yeah, I'm afraid to do any of those "Are you smarter than a fifth grader" challenge. Like, I just don't want to do it. I already don't really love myself that much, and I think that if I failed one of those, it would already, it would just be a bad time. But you know what I do love is Merge Mondays. These customs, last lobby, code is going to be on the screen. Code is going to be in the chat. Fill up the seats, guys. This is going to be one of our 2 final games. Thank you guys all so much for pulling up. It's been an absolute blast so far. The most fun I've had on a Merge Mondays, I think, ever. And it's ironic that we're kicking it off season 2 this way with such a bang.
Yeah, it's been absolute blast. We had a little bit of a doggo cameo in the back of my camera there. I'm dog sitting my parents' dogs for a few days as they're going out of town. So we get some German Shepherds hanging out with us over here, which is what you just saw in the background. And that was Aldi, the German Shepherd, coming to say hi. But it's been an absolute blast. I can't believe we're going all the way into our last lobby already. I mean, it's been almost 2 hours. I feel like that time flew by so fast because we've been having so much fun over here. I was telling you earlier, I mean, this is still true, but literally my face hurts because of how much I've been smiling and laughing this entire time. This has been fun.
Yeah, this has been incredible. Guys, we have a couple of spots left open. If you guys want to hop in, just enter in that lobby code that you see on your screen. It's also the pinned chat message. What was the team name that won last game? Do you remember, Dredd? I'm trying to.
It was the Munchies that time.
Perfect. That is who I thought. So now we got the Big Stash with 1 win to their name, Munchies with 2, Flower Houses with 2, and the High Rollers with 2. I was just updating my stat sheet there, but it's been actually pretty even, and I guess that makes sense with these randomly generated teams. But thank you, Murph. You are awesome, brother. Thank you so much for playing. Guys, we got 3 spots available for the last set of games until next Monday. So this is not something you're going to want to miss. And we're just going to be chilling, vibing out until then. This may end up being the final game, depending on how long it takes to actually fill up this lobby. But oh my goodness, where do we send him? I mean, how do we even balance this? Ghost just pulled up to the party, dude.
Man, I was just about to say, sound like a big boy just entered the chat, and man, that might be the biggest of boys to enter that one. Happy late Father's Day to Naghost over there as well, fellow father. Got a little one over there, a pro gamer and a father. That guy can do it all.
Yeah, W Nagoat for real, winning Ape Squad Classics EU. Winning PHL Season 3 EU. I mean, Nagos just winning on and off the court, and now he's pulling up 2 Merge Mondays, 2 spots available. And, well, now's your chance. If you guys ever wanted to duke it out against a pro player, now more than ever is your opportunity to get your butts into this lobby. I said I'll come one day. Nagos be pulling up all this. He's pulled up to my customs on Fridays. He's just the GOAT, man. He's so funny, so chill. Shout out Nagos.
It's got to be crazy time over there as well, too. I think it's got to be like really early in the morning or something. over there on that side. I believe France, I want to say.
Yes, he's from France.
Yeah. He taught me how to say my name in French one time. I don't even remember how it went, and I completely butchered it. Tried to pronounce it. It sounds way cooler when he says it than when I did it. But
it sounds awesome when they say it, and then I feel like stupid. It makes me feel stupid trying to say it. I was actually I was speaking there's Spanglish. I guess I was speaking Franglish in his chat today. I was just going into Google Translate, which I admit I was using Google Translate, but I never said I wasn't. That's the thing. So anyway, I was trying to have some conversations with the big homie Nagos. I may try to learn another language. I could speak a little bit of Spanish. Maybe we add French into the repertoire next. But guys, 2 spots left. Time is dwindling down to get your butts in here. I'm excited. You guys are about to get fried. I'm telling you right now, if you're not on Nagos' team, you're getting fried.
And the crazy thing about that, too, is when you're getting fried by Nagos, just remember it's with iron sights. Regardless of what gun he's using, he's probably got iron sights slapped on there.
And 200 ping.
And 200 ping, yeah. Beaming you across the planet over there, across the pond, across the ocean. Over there under the Eiffel Tower with some iron sights. Usually, if he's on heavy, I believe he's usually rocking the iron sight Lewis gun. But I know him from last TGM 25, rocking that iron sight F car, going pretty crazy with it too. He is actually the reason why I run iron sights actually normally on my F car now, because just from watching him. And then I started trying it, and now I got really used to it, and I actually really enjoy the iron sights on the F car. Gives you a lot more peripheral vision as well too. You can kind of see your surroundings a lot more.
They're just so cursed for me. You know what, Dredd? I have a little bit of an idea. What if we make this a 5v5 power shift? Are you feeling that?
Ooh.
Are you feeling that? We got 10 players in the lobby. We can kick things off, or we can end things off with, dare I say it, the most competitive mode in the game. Power shift when played properly. Let's see how we could split up these teams to make this work. We got some beamers in this lobby. Let's go. I believe. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this could be a pretty fun one to watch, because Power Shift kind of really switches up how you play it as well too. I think the loadouts are going to switch up a bit, and you have to be conscious on how you're controlling that platform. And you know, you can generally have one teammate just going around and just being that fragger, that entry fragger, going around getting kills, but you definitely can't have everybody doing that, because if you have a loadout that's kind of focused on getting kills, you're just going to get ran through on the people that are absolutely fortifying that platform. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play through this.
You know what? We actually have the perfect amount of players in this lobby. It's 9 players. I guess I can't count. So 9 OG game mode. We're going to be sending it off with a quick cache. I just want to get this game underway. I want to see what these players are capable of doing. I'm going to assemble. I mean, we got demons in this lobby right now, Dredd. We got absolute demons. This is going to be the embodiment of what quick cache is actually all about. And I think to fully embrace that, we go soul under construction. And I think it's time to get this one kicked off and as well closed out. So let's have a blast. Everybody start going crazy. Start rooting for your favorite teams, for your favorite players. Shout out Big Baby Tuna for pulling up to the party as well. This is going to be a good one.
I'm excited. This one is going to be sweet. We got the Nagoat coming in as well. And I'm not in the lobby in this pregame, so this is all a surprise to me as well, too, guys, if you guys are joining us from chat. So I'm excited to see what we got going in here, what we got going on in these teams, because this is going to be a fun one. I think this is going to be – we've seen some crazy kills today. I'm excited to see. And also, I believe, Merch, those bounties are still up, too. So if any barrel kills that are coming through with any barrel, not just a red barrel, any barrel, if you get a glitch barrel kill, I will still drop 5 gifties in chat.
Yes, and I will – for a defib kill, I will be gifting 5 to the chat as well. So a little bit more incentive to try and have some fun with it and maybe try out new things as well. But you heard it, a barrel kill or a defib kill, and you may just end up getting a free gifted sub to Ape Squad. Who knows? Those gifted subs are completely randomized when you do it. But that being said, we are kicking things off, and there's nothing to complain about in a third party in Quick Cash, Dread, as it's only third parties.
Yeah, and we see Nagos up here already with that Ironside F-Guard going through absolute beams, almost fully taking out Big Baby Tuna on that heavy, but he gets turned around with the charge and slam. That was a crazy timed charge and slam from Big Baby Tuna. We got SB on the bow, trying to face the rest of the Munchies over there as he's trying to chase them down. Not able to fully connect as they jump off and reposition down there, and it's only Def Nox alive on the side of the flower houses as the Big Stash have completely crumbled.
Yeah, the Big Stash have been sent to the Shadow Realm, at least for the time being. The Munchies and the flower houses, though, still have their work cut out for them, and because this is Quick Cash, the Big Stash are already back, and not only did they respawn already, they are literally right back in this fight already. So we see Nagos doing some shouldering, overing on that satellite dish, just trying to get min-max his cover, really. Good shots coming in. Going to be getting aggressive off of those shots. He's going to find a dashing light, able to take out Def Nox there. Going to be trying to back up, back away, and stay alive, but there are more enemies spotted out, and the res is going to be coming in, but he's going to get pushed from behind by Agent Penguin, and now Nago is going to be forced to scramble here. Going to use that zip line, now hit the other side of the building, but Penguin, I believe, is going to be hunting him down. A lot of kills are flying in. This box still hasn't even moved from its origin, Dread.
Yeah, and we'll see how long it's going to take it to move, because like you were talking about earlier in Quick Cash, these res timers are pretty short, even if you wipe. When that last player goes down in Quick Cash, it does extend those death timers just a little bit, but they're still pretty short, as no teams have wiped just yet, as this box still isn't moving. Metro repositioning now on that bottom floor with low HP. Nagos taking over the high ground here. Trying to look around to see where everybody is here. Metro hitting that jump pad, coming out onto the ceiling, getting a little bit of shots from Nagos there. Nagos kind of on the attack, trying to hunt him down, and he's going to get a pad of his own and get some crazy shots through the sky. Holy moly, that is the GOAT himself, Nagos, taking out the double kill there, and then he's going to go ahead and top off his teammate as well. Look at that replay down there on the bottom left, Merch.
Oh my God, there's literally a Kovacs scenario for that exact instant, and I'm sure Nagos has the highest of scores on it, but now he's going to be stringing these together. Agent Penguin, last enemy alive in the lobby for the time being, and finally, this money has been plugged in, but Metro on the poor receiving end of that clip. Metro finding himself on a poster or at least a milk carton if they're not going to go ahead and blow it up and put it on a poster. But here comes the rest of the lobby now as the Munchies and Flower Houses. Actually, the Munchies are going to be making a push on this point. Ending Quick Cash, it's a second faster on the steal, which most people aren't really accustomed to. They don't have that muscle memory. So a lot of these steals just end up happening in Quick Cash because people don't respond in time. Right now, the Munchies going to be in possession everywhere we look. It's going to be another kill for Nagos or 9T Lion. They are going crazy right now for the Big Stash. Another steal attempt is going to be coming in. I believe that is crazy, going for the flip, and there's 60 seconds left on this first box.
Yeah, and I also just want to point out, too, Nagos getting some crazy shots on a bronze energy there. And no shade to any controller players out there as well, but he is a insane mouse and keyboard player. I mean, just coming from a mouse and keyboard player myself, my crosshair doesn't stick to people like that guy's does. I mean, his aim is absolutely insane. Also been a high-level player in a lot of other games as well. I think he was also a semi-pro in Counter-Strike, I want to say, as well. And Agent Penguin picking up some red barrels there. Unfortunately, held onto one that was already about to explode. Kind of taking himself out there with some red barrels, and Nagos just being so aggressive. Oh, no, he has to reload! But Def Nox, no way! He fully reloads and gets the kill on Def Nox with 25 HP left.
Oh my, he doesn't miss. I don't know. I don't know, dude. He's just so good. He's just so handsome. And he's getting so many kills, but look at this movement coming in. Kind of forcing him to panic a little bit. Now getting pushed by Metro as well. Going to be taken out by that right hook. That was some great movement that we saw from SB. Able to make Nagos miss his shots, which is not something many players get to say about themselves. But Metro going to be getting taken out by a minigun from Big Baby Tuna. I don't know how long he's been on that. You can also switch up what weapon and class you're using in Quick Cash. Another thing that gets overlooked a lot by these players. But as I say that, Bronze Energy able to find his kill. SB finding another. That's going to be a wipe on the Flower Houses. But the Big Stash did get this first box a little bit ago. And now again, these fights are just dragging out so extended, Dread.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be ending the first episode of Merch Monday Season 2 with an absolute banger, because this might be the first time we're going to see somebody break 20 kills in this Quick Cash here, because only one box has fully gone through yet. It did go in the favor of the Big Stash, but this next box is just now getting tapped, and we've had so many kills go through already.
Yeah, I think it's gonna boil down to how fast these players want the game to end, and Nagos just trying to snap from target to target here. He's honestly just flexing at this point, really showing off what he's capable of, and I appreciate it. I enjoy it. Vault 2 is ready to go. Another wipe coming in on the Flower Houses, but they immediately just get revived. The timing in Quick Cash is just crazy. And now here come the Munchies. Nagos was trying to move this box, but now he's got a 1v1 on his hands against Age of Penguin, who has that sniper, and Penguin taking out Nagos. That's going to be a massive kill. It's going to be a wipe on the Big Stash as well, but Penguin does get taken out. I believe he was in the process of pressing the Xbox record that button. Now, Big Baby Tuna going to be the last one alive for the Flower Houses. He's going to be wiped as well. Munchies, only team alive in this lobby. Do they look to move the money? I sure hope so.
Is Xbox Connect still a thing? Believe it or not, I'm so unked. The first time I ever streamed on Twitch was with an Xbox Connect camera. I might be turning to dust at this point, but who isn't turning to dust? Espinas. He's turning invisible instead. Climbing up onto that goo there. He's trying to battle it out against Nagos, and Nagos is just going to get a double kill on the Bronze Energy and Espinas there. It's only Metro left alive on the Munchies. He did pad up onto construction there, but Nagos says, you can't escape me, buddy. I'm going to get some shots off anyways. He's going to turn around and get ready to pad up as well, but Metro now getting jumped on by the Flower Houses as they also just fully respawned and made their way up onto the construction site up there, where this box is in control of the Flower Houses. But Nagos, if he has anything to say about it, he's going to die to Death Nox, actually, instead. And that is still going to be swapped, swished, swapped. I don't know what's happening anymore. My brain is dying, and so is Lion. Big Baby Tuna with that big melee. The Munchies is back in here. Big Baby Tuna is just going through every heavy weapon in the game at this point. He's now on double deagles.
He's playing gun game out there, and I respect the hustle. Big Baby Tuna, another very versatile player. He normally is just terrorizing my power shift lobbies with a double barrel in his hand, so I am very happy to see him, you know, getting away from such dark and evil weapons. But Metro, he's got a pretty beautiful weapon in his hands right now, able to get some nice headshots on Age of Penguin, take him out, make it a 2-piece on I'm Crazy, make it a 3-piece. No, Lion steals the 3-piece from him. He gets the assist instead, and now Lion gonna be the one getting taken out by Espinas as well. But an immediate defib gonna be coming in from Bronze Energy, getting Metro back up alive, happy and healthy. The Big Stash not really going to be in any sort of position to get this money, but the Shockwave stall is going to be a factor in this one again. So we're going to be seeing at least a third box guaranteed, as it looks like the Munchies going to be successful in getting that money out of there. They're going to be laughing straight to the bank.
Yeah, they're laughing because they got the Munchies straight to the bank, and Bronze Energy actually making some plays with that Shockwave. Really fun to see. Flower House is almost back in the game now as Lion takes out Metro there, and now Bronze Energy gets the trade onto Lion as well. Nagos getting the defib back up onto Lion. And we still have a fight breaking out as Nagos ends up going down by SB. Actually hit some crazy shots in the middle of a double dash there. He's been watching a little bit of Yudi, and I know he's been hitting the Kovacs himself as well. And we see that getting put into place there as he hits some crazy M11 shots. Def Nox holding on to this high ground there, trying to get the wipe onto the rest of the Munchies, but they had those double defibs, and they've been living for so long, and Metro somehow staying alive with 1 HP is going to be able to turn it on to Def Nox. But Agent Penguin, Big Baby Tuna, they have unlimited coins in this mode of quick cash, and they spawned up on the other side of the map there. Penguin trying to punch that up onto construction to get that box moving.
Yeah, it looks like the Munchies want to get this show on the road. They know that it's snack time, but there's no time to waste. So maybe they got the snacks on the go, like a Go-Gurt or something. That's the first thing I could think of, or a 7-Eleven taquito. One of the two for sure. But oh my goodness, Penguin, if you did that. If you did that, I would have jumped out of my chair, but instead, he almost falls off the map and then gets turned into a pile of coins by Lion. But beautiful M11 shots are going to be coming in, I believe, from Def Nox, trying to just dispose of Lion there for the time being. It's not going to happen. But as I say that, Def Nox, who was going absolutely crazy, had 16 just a game or two ago. I'm curious to see what he's got in this one. I'm curious to see what everyone's got, as Espionage is also just completely dialed in. And it looks like a few of these players have been switching up their classes with all their lives, but Def Nox will be taken out here by some great shots from Metro. Now, can Metro make it a two-piece? No, as Nagos switching it up to the M11. He's just trying to flex. I'm telling you, he says, anything you can do, I can do better, and my ping is not nearly as good as your ping, but next one to fall is going to be Bronze Energy, Dread.
Yep, and that body is also going to fall right onto Nagos' head. He's going to get up. I'm crazy there, as now I think this is the first time we've seen only one team alive in the lobby, as the Munchies just now spawned in, followed right by the flower houses there. So now that box is finally going to get plugged, but here they all come, and look at, we have 18 from Nagos, 16 from Metro, and 12 from Espionage there, and Big Baby Tuna falls off the map.
Oh, Tuna, you can't be doing it like that, but Penguin getting taken out like that as well, and now Nagos going over to that light class, has the M11 in his hands, going for some nice shots there. Unfortunately, not able to connect this time around, and now he's going to be going a little bit patient, waiting for something to happen. So I don't know if Nagos actually wants anybody else to get this box. I think he just wants to win this game, and honestly, I respect the hustle, but Metro trying to shut down that attempt, and instead he's going to be getting traded out there by Nagos. But Metro having himself quite a game as well. Unfortunately, Bronze Energy is about to be getting hunted down by Nagos and gets somehow stays alive. I think he was lingering in that blueberry kind of aura right there and able to regen a little bit of his health, but great shots coming in from Bronze Energy before finally being taken out. Now I'm crazy with the revive over on Nagos, who's gonna need to relocate. He's gonna have that sickness, and instead he's going for the overextension on that challenge. Does get taken out by Agent Penguin of the Munchies. No, Agent Penguin of the Flower Houses, and the Flower Houses are going to be the exact team needed to kind of force an overtime here if they're able to hold on to this money, Dread.
Yeah, we might actually go down to a tiebreaker box between all three of these teams, but they still have a little bit of time to hop on this as Espionage gets another double kill to his name, but then immediately taken out by Nagos, who cuts a crazy 180 flick onto Metro, and they take the box at the last second. The Big Stash are going to take the last quick cash of the night. Episode 1, Season 2, Merch Monday.
Wait.
No way. And they drop it off, and I think maybe Merch, that might be Nagos with 20 kills at the end of that one.
I think he did it. Only time will tell, but it's only a little bit of time remaining. And yeah, let's take 23. Holy 23 kills.
Man.
For Nagos. What a way to end the evening here. I just want to say again, as we take a look at this scoreboard, 22 for Nagos, 17 for Metro. I mean, all SB and Bronze Energy all had themselves quite a game. Lion managed to drop 11 kills, which is quite impressive when your teammate is just out here taking all the kills from you. I mean, double the kills, but crazy stuff. And even for Big Baby Tuna, Age of Penguin, and Def Nox,
too.
a lot of kills were had in this game. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who played. That was our last game of the evening. You guys are all goated. Before I say my final goodbyes, I'm going to pass it over to Dread. Shout yourself out. Say your goodbyes. Say whatever you want, as long as, you know, not whatever you want, but pretty much
whatever I want. Getting the socks with Merch's face on them is going to be sweet. But guys, I have been Dread. I'm also one of the Ape Squad signed content creators along with Merch himself here. I stream a lot on twitch.tv/Dreadalicious, as well as be covering some of the TGM cycles as well as the casting for a lot of the finals tournaments around here. It's been an absolute blast being a part of the new season of Merch Monday. Merch, thank you so much for having me. And guys, I will catch you later.
Well, thank you so much, Dread. I appreciate you. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Everybody make sure you are following Dread on all of the socials. I don't want to keep too much more of your time, but I do just want to say again, thank you guys so much. This was season 2, episode 1 of Merch Mondays, and this is still ever evolving. It's only going to get better and better, and I am grateful for you guys sticking around. If you enjoyed yourself tonight, make sure you follow me at OnlyMerch on Twitch, trying to make another push for a Twitch partner. Just been a little busy with the IRLing, but the IRLing is going to help us in the long run make this thing a reality. That being said, guys, make sure you stick around. We're going to send out a fat raid to somebody, and then we are going to have a fantastic night and rest of our week. Show some love to Ikazo, guys. Peace out.